Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. We are back with another episode of our review and recap of the Challenge 38. This episode 17. Yes, episode 17. This is the first part of the final. I am so excited. This episode was very good. Yeah, it was a lot happened in this final episode. So let's get started. So we are literally coming right back from, as we do each week, coming right back from the Mariah and Fessy elimination, and everybody's super happy that they made the final. It is mentioned that, this is Anissa's first final in a long time, since season like 17. And
But I also want to say that's not true as well. But I guess if they're not counting All Stars, then yeah, it's true. But again,
yeah, they're not counting all. I told you they're not counting All
but
Stars.
still, I don't like they know that she's been an All Star, so I don't. She's still made it to a final recently, so I don't want to hear that excuse.
Johnny jokes. They joke about Johnny not stealing the money from Nani. He said he's not gonna do that. So that's good. I don't think he would do that to Nani, especially after the. I don't think that will be an option, but I also don't think that he would do that to Nani, especially after the way they have like been going about it this season, and like letting him, like reassuring her, like, I'm here for you, all that stuff. So I don't think that he would do that to her. So the next morning, everybody's just chilling around the house. Some people are working out, some people are just, just hanging out. And then we hear, I'm pretty sure they don't hear, but us as the audience, we hear like TJ's
Yeah, it
bike.
was weird the way they edited it. It was like the city, this church, and they just kept going back and forth. I figured that he was coming to the house, but I don't know why they edited it like that. Like he was just riding around the town, like just doing all of this. So that was just like, okay, we know he coming, but okay.
Yeah. So TJ comes, so he finally pulls up to the house. Everybody come outside. Everything. Nobody was really prepared because they don't know when it's going to happen. But TJ comes and he tells them all it's time for the final, basically. And he says this final will be 100 hours, and it starts as soon as you guys get in the cars to drive yourself to the campsite. So yeah, 100 hours is a lot for a final, but like I said, they are considering like driving and sleeping and all the in-betweens. So doesn't really amount to that much. If not it's still a lot, but does it really amount to something like different finals? They've had overnight finals before, right?
Yeah, I
But
guess it's the whole
maybe they haven't
4 day
had.
final thing. It's
Yeah,
never
yeah,
like
maybe
four
they haven't.
days. It's usually
You're
split
right,
into
you're right. Maybe
two.
they haven't had like several overnights. I don't
But
think.
even then, because now I'm interested to know how this final is about to play out, because I wonder what else they're gonna do. Unless they just have like a lot of checkpoints they just came up with, it's gonna be interesting.
I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of checkpoints. I think that's what it'll be.
Yeah, but let's get into this final because my team is teaming right now. Yeah.
Everybody gets in their cars, getting ready to drive, and they start driving to the campsite, showing their journey to get to the campsites.
I also want to say that Johnny and Nani stopped to talk to a horse when there was no horses around. That was literally a cow that they were talking to.
Was it?
It was a cow. I was like, that's not a horse. Unless they didn't show the horse, but even with the editing, they were showing cow.
Oh, okay.
I was like,
They have to grab their trunks and everything and walk the rest of the way to the campsite. Once they get to the campsite, TJ is there, and he lets them know that inside of those trunks that they have are their camping gear, their sleeping bags, and all that good stuff. And to get the code to open their trunk, they have to get on these exercise bikes and pedal the amount of 100 kilometers, which is 62 miles, which is crazy to me. To me, I
but
was
the
like,
way they was doing
okay.
it was like work. So
You said it was what?
I said the way they was either the way the editing was or the way they were just spitting out these numbers, it was like work because
I was like, is this a requirement? Like, can I lay on? Like, it seems like I got some clothes. I can lay my jacket down. I don't know. It's a
yeah,
requirement.
that's how because it was giving very much. Tori Devin was like, "I'll just sleep on this bike because who better
Yeah.
rush?"
Well, yeah, so yeah, because I was like 100 kilometers and 62 miles is what the Google told me.
Yeah. And also,
Um,
whoever was doing the editing is a Horacio fan because when he
oh,
started sweating and glistening.
that was funny because when they was on the bikes, everybody is pedaling on the bikes. Yeah, then what did Johnny said? Make sure you wait, give me after you get Horacio, but let me take
Yeah,
my
he was
shirt
like,
off
so I can
first.
suck it
Let me suck it in first. And that montage was really cute. It was funny. Because they had Horacio looking real good. Then they had Johnny. Johnny looked nice too. Then here come Devin. He take off his shirt. Devin looked nice as well. So but the Horacio was out here, he a young buck and he was just,
Yeah.
so that was a cute little scene. So we get Horacio and Olivia. They finish first. They want to kind of set a tone and then like kind of like don't underestimate them. They're here to compete too. So they finish first and everybody else starts finishing it after a while. And Devin and Tori, which I agree with Devin, it's like it's not a race. This doesn't count towards the points towards the final. Nobody's greatness. This is for us to get our camping gear. And, frankly, if I'm here to do not expend my energy and do this, it don't hurt nobody for them to take longer. So they took longer on the bike. While
But it
everybody,
wasn't even by that much longer either. So
yeah. So everybody got the camping gear and they go sleep, and that's the end of night one. I also want to mention, on the bikes, this is the first sign. Nani is not that good under pressure. Like she is
yeah, I
always
was thinking the same thing. I was like, it's literally 2 minutes in, and Nani's already because she did this
it's
before
2 minutes in, and
again.
it's not even something for any points. Like literally everybody up there on them bikes. We just trying to make it go faster, make it,
Yeah,
like get through this. And so we all talking, laughing, and you like, Johnny, shut that up. Like what,
but
girl?
she did this before when they was doing the that spelling scramble challenge. And Johnny was just making a little jokey joke, and Nani is ready to chew his neck off. It's just like
Yeah, I was
I
like,
get it.
girl, this is not the serious part. There's no reason to even calm
Yeah,
down.
like literally, we have to do 100 kilometers. So this is going to be a little minute. So why not make it at least enjoyable? Like come
Yeah,
on, man.
but it's just interesting because when it's on the opposite foot, she's like, "Don't yell at me, Johnny," and I'm like, "You ain't done nothing but yell at this man, girl." For the first task, they have to run. They have to run to the first task, and literally they have not made it to the first task. And Anissa and Jordan, because Jordan decides to take like a shortcut. He's trying to like cut some of their time off. So yeah, he's trying to make up some of their time. And so he's like, let's cut through the forest. And Anissa kind of like, no, let's stay on the path, Jordan. But then like literally as soon as they start running through the shortcut, Anissa, like, I don't know, she tripped, but she rolled her ankle.
Which is weird because when she comes back, Jordan is already on the road. So it doesn't even show Jordan like going through off the road. So I don't know how that played into the editing. But yeah, I was just like, already y'all messing up. Like
That's what I said. I was like, oh no, not it ain't even started for real. Yeah. I was like, oh Lord. And so yeah, so they already kind of have a disadvantage because Anissa is not the best runner compared to everybody else. And now she is going to be working with a hurt ankle. So that's gonna hold them back a little bit. That's what I thought. And so so let's get to the first task. Everybody, we're making it to the first task. And so for the first task, they have to throw 10 bowl. They have to make 10 bolas. Wait, throw bolas, and 10 of them have to catch onto the platform. After 2 bolas, they get to sabotage somebody else, sabotage another team. So it seemed like everybody had to get the groove of this challenge, this task before they really got into it. So was it after you make 2 or after you throw 2?
it's for every 2 bolas that landed, so they can
That landed.
sabotage another team.
Okay, yeah.
But I do want to say, even though I'm not complaining, but I feel like they set Devin up to win because y'all know he a precision master. So I'm just saying. But
I
yeah,
mean,
like you
I'll be
said,
okay with that.
yeah, I'm okay with
I
that.
mean,
I'm
no,
not
sorry, I'm not okay
complaining.
with any cheating. Not okay with any cheating, but I would be okay if Devin won. Um, What was I saying? But yeah, so when they first start doing is Devin and Tori and Johnny and Nani are sabotaging each other like back and forth, back and forth. Because sorry, I forgot to mention the sabotage is they have to drink the nasty
Smoothie.
concoction drink. And so they have like I don't know if they started off with like 6.
I think they started off with 4, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many they started off with, but whenever you make 2 each, whenever you make 2 bolas, you get to place one of your drinks onto somebody else's platform. So the 2 teams, Johnny and Nani and Devin and Tori, were sabotaging each other back and forth, back and forth. But eventually they just decided like let's call a truce because we'll be here all day. And so they decide to sabotage Horacio and Olivia. That seemed to be what the consensus was because Jordan and Anissa weren't there yet.
While they're doing the challenge, Olivia somehow cuts her finger when she grabbed the bola and wrapped around her the what's the thing is called
the carabiner. But yeah, that happened after Devin and Tori left.
No, it didn't.
I thought it happened after they left and Johnny and Nani.
Everybody was still there. Everybody was leaving afterwards, but yeah, they were still there. But yeah, so she gets her finger cut. It rips off a piece of skin. Poor Olivia. She was leaking. She was leaking everywhere.
Terrible, poor Olivia. This literally was the worst final for her. I was just like, Lord Jesus. The whole time, and I was like working, and like each time I was like, oh my God, and then I was like, oh my God, Olivia, Lord.
Yeah. this was not Olivia's final. But yeah, so she was like, I'm not quitting, I'm gonna ignore it. She's like, y'all wrap this up, keep throwing. She's like,
yeah, she was a trooper because
she's like, why y'all doing this? I'm gonna start drinking.
She started drinking while they was wrapping her finger, like no time, no days off or nothing. Because Horacio tried to come over there and be like, "You okay?" She was like, keep throwing, keep throwing the things." Tori and Devin, so they finished throwing their bolas first, and so now they have to drink the concoctions that they have there, and they only had 3 there, and so I was like, "This is gonna be easy. It's 2 of them." But Devin is gonna drink. Devin drinks all 3 of them because Tori is vegan. But I think my thing is production. No, Tori is vegan, so you need to mix up some vegetables into some type of drink and make. Well, I don't know if that's just a smoothie, but
it's just a smoothie. So
there's some way to make a vegan gross drink.
I guess that they just do all condiments like barbecue sauce, like some.
You gotta do some.
But even with that, I still feel that I guess Nehemiah walked so everybody else can run, because this is like the 2nd or 3rd eating challenge where vegans were not required to participate.
But I don't think it was that they weren't required. I think Devin just took that upon himself. They didn't say, Tori, you don't have to do this.
No, because when I think last season when who was it? It was like Teresa or somebody was vegan.
No, last season with Angela, that's why they changed it. I'm assuming that's why they changed it to they had to eat the onions. But they made something for her. So
But it was onions and lemon.
I'm not sure it was for her. They made it, everybody had to do it, but that was USA. That was USA. But
so I just feel like told Devin that
they never told him he had to do that.
I feel like they did. Because if he didn't do it, he would have DQ'd.
But that's what I'm saying. But they didn't say he had to do it. I'm saying I think he did that. I mean, from way
But he would have been DQ'd, so he had to do it.
But I'm saying he did it because Tori is his friend. If he would have been,
well, no, I'm not talking about Devin and Tori. I'm talking about Nehemiah in his instance.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what we was talking about.
But I'm saying in that case, it was. I feel like they were still partners at that point, and Nehemiah had to do it with his partner, Eats, and he was a vegan for 15 years. And I'm pretty sure Tori just became a vegan like this year, because I'm pretty sure Tori was eating Spies, Lies, and Allies. So regardless, I just feel like, yeah, she said she would have did it for the team or whatever the case may be. But I just feel like if they're gonna do these eating,
but Devin didn't make her do it. I'm saying,
yeah, I know that, but I'm saying
had nothing to do with that decision.
Yeah, but my point is that they're going to do eating challenges. They need to make it for either they need to take it all together, or they need to make sure, or it needs to be stated that both partners have
Both
to
teams
do
have
it,
to do it.
or give it something that a vegan can partake in.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that because I think that just like later on when we see the
Give them some
third pass,
curdled full milk, oat milk or something.
yeah, I don't know. It would be point. Basically this checkpoint they have to transport the tires from one station. I think it was a kilometer away. I
Yeah,
think a kilometer
they have
away
to
to the other station where it's a pole. And they have to put the tires on the pole in order that the
of
people were
elimination.
eliminated. But they can only carry one tire each to get there. So it's I think it was what, 10 or
16,
so tires?
16
16 tires?
tires,
16 tires?
and the tires couldn't touch the ground.
Yeah, and the tires couldn't touch the ground. Um, so I thought this was a good checkpoint. I think it didn't really change the places that people were in, really. People kind of stayed in their same place except for like Horacio and Olivia caught up to where, like, past Jordan and Anissa, but that was mostly because of like the running portion. But if everybody's equal on the running portion, there was really nothing to make anybody pass anybody, you know what I mean?
But Tori and Devin cranks it out and moves on to the next checkpoint.
The next checkpoint. No, the next checkpoint. Yeah, and so the third checkpoint is literally the slingshot from the was that a mini final? That wasn't the mini
It
final.
was just a challenge.
It was like a challenge with different
Yeah,
checkpoint things. And so it was the one that Fessy
needed help with.
should have lost on, but for some reason we helped him.
Yeah,
But it was that one that Devin was really good at, and he helped like guide everybody into how to hit the target from slingshot. So literally, as soon as Devin and Tori get there, so you have to, yeah, each team member has to at least get one of the golf balls through the target. And so as soon as they get there, Devin does his real quick, and then he like aligns Tori. He's like to the left, to the right, bend down, go, and that's it. And then they go on. It seemed like the way the editing was, it was like quick, just like that.
they did have an option to give a sabotage, which
Oh
they
yeah.
gave to Horacio and Olivia because they called a truce with Nani and Bananas. However, I did not know that truce was a continuous thing. I
Yeah, I
thought it
didn't
was
think it
just
was a
that
continuous thing.
one.
I thought it was just for that one. That's the way
Exactly.
I took it.
I was like,
Yeah, and
when
just
was
like
this
Tori
truce
said, like, was that a
discussed?
mistake? I was like, girl. And so then Johnny and Nani come up to the third checkpoint, and they see that Olivia and Horacio were sabotage instead of them. They happy about it, but they start arguing while they're trying to hit the slingshot. They're both having trouble hitting it, and they're arguing, yelling at each other. And Nani mentions like this is kind of how her and Johnny are. How they communicate, people will think people would think that they don't like each other, but really they're they are close, and this is just how they are. Um,
Yeah,
but
which is I don't know because like Johnny said, I'm starting to see 90s getting overwhelmed with the final. Like she's starting to crack under pressure, and this
yeah,
is where 90 tends to always lose it for herself. Bananas and Nani finally finished their no, they finally get it after a while. And that's when Horacio and Olivia come. They learned they got sabotage. Horacio quickly hit his. They switch. Olivia missed. Horacio get his again. Olivia is trying to get hers, but because of her fingers, she doesn't know how to hold the slingshot, and she's just having like a lot of problems overall, kind of gripping it. And then unfortunately, I think she was like walking backwards and ended up hitting herself, and then she basically broke her nose and got
I
2 point
feel like what it looked like what was happening, because first of all, I was confused about why production was even staying on that shot that long. I was like, what's happening? So I kept looking closer to see what was happening with the ball because they kept showing it. So the way, because her hand wasn't, she was having trouble gripping it, the ball was like kind of just hanging onto the slingshot part. And so I think because it wasn't like gripped tight enough, it kind of like went
Ricochet.
and then it flopped back. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know like what the words would be, but yeah, they kept showing the shot lasted too long, so I knew something was about to go down. And when it happened, I was just it
I was
really,
like,
I knew it
first
was
off,
broke. I had thought
why is production so far away? Like, they need to be right behind a tree somewhere. Like, why is it taking the medic that long to
it
come?
took so long for people to come. I was like, where are these people? Literally, they showed rivers of blood, and nobody was there.
Like dripping, like you said, it was literally
I never
rivers.
seen blood that red. I was like, did they what? It was crazy.
But I do want to say it wasn't funny, but it was kind of funny and light to see Olivia still like kind of making a joke out of it, like, is my nose straight? Is
Oh
am I
yeah,
still
when she was in the
cute?
ambulance,
Like,
she was like,
yeah,
it's because I understand like
yeah.
this final is a thing, but also am I about to be, is that did that mess up my face? But yeah, Horacio, he's trying to be very comforting. He's like, yeah. He said, you still look good. Yeah, you got a great smile. Your nose is fine. It's gonna be fine. And then they showed like the confessional of Olivia. I guess maybe it was weeks after or days after, I don't know. And she had like black eyes, and her nose was broke. And so it was very sad. And they do a as they're putting her in the ambulance, because at this point she is not going to be able to continue. She has a broke nose, and it's going to take her to the hospital. And Horacio is trying to reassure her. He's like, if they let me continue, I'm going to continue this for us. And I was like, have you ever watched the challenge? You
I
might.
was just so sad
I
because
was like,
that's
no,
I was sad because I knew like the way
I
Horacio has
knew
been
that.
all season. I was just like, this boy about to be heartbroken. This
Yeah, because
boy,
I knew they weren't gonna let you continue by yourself. Like, and this is not. There's been seasons that are not ride or die, and
yeah,
they haven't let people continue by themselves. So a ride or die season, yeah, you're definitely not gonna be able to continue by yourself.
yeah.
So I was very sad for him because I knew that. And then once they, Olivia left, and he was just like crying and begging the producer, and even the producer, you could tell
You
you
can
could
tell
tell
they
the
like Horacio
producer
though.
felt for him. Yeah, you
Yeah,
could tell they like
he's
Horacio
like,
because
I'll do double work. Just let me run it.
yeah.
I'm
He
good.
probably could
Like,
win this too if he tried.
yeah,
Oh, it was so
she's just like,
sad.
no. She's like, come here, give me a hug. He's like,
Yeah,
I'll do double work. I don't want to quit. Let me do this final. And it was just heartbroken because
yeah,
again, Horacio just has so much heart, and he has become one of my favorite players early. Like,
yeah,
I do want to see him come back, and I think he
yeah,
will come back. And I think if he does an individual game, he'll be a beast.
yeah.
Um,
But even this game, he could have been.
yeah, he
If
was
Olivia
a beast.
didn't get hurt, I think they would. They could. I don't know. I don't know. I think they could take it, but it was just a series of unfortunate misfortune, a series of unfortunate events.
We do see that Jordan and Anissa are still in this.
Oh yeah,
But
literally this whole third.
I literally forgot that they were still there.
This whole third what's it called, checkpoint, they didn't
Yeah.
show Jordan and Anissa at all. And I was literally like, something is happening. But then because I was like, somebody missing. Not that I really forgot about them. It's just like they were just showing everybody else, and they never showed them, not once, until Horacio was there by himself. And, he's upset, he's crying. And then Jordan and Anissa are running up. So they are the last ones to reach the third checkpoint. And Jordan's like, look, he's by himself. And I think that he thought that Olivia quit or something, because he was like, he said that. He said, like, did she quit? Like, what happened? And I don't know. I don't, so that's what he says. He's not sure why Olivia's not there. And basically, Horacio, he's kind of trying, he's upset, but he doesn't kind of explain, like, the ball came back and hit her
Yeah.
in the.
Because Anissa went straight to Horacio. Jordan was like, I'm sorry, but I still got a game to play,
Yeah,
so I'm gonna just go over here real quick. So
yeah,
Anisha kind of stopped. I mean, then again, they was last too, so it really didn't matter as far as like time because at this point. So she kind of stopped and talked to him. He kind of explains everything that's going on, and then Lisa gets ready and tell Jordan that she broke her nose or something, whatever the case may be. So yeah, but I literally forgot they were still even there.
yeah. I'm excited to see next week. I'm so sorry about Horacio and Olivia, but I know they're gonna be back, because, and I love the scene with them, because Olivia was about to cry because Horacio, he's a real comforting partner. I like him a lot. And he was just like, it's not your fault. We both did the best we could, and they hugged. And so they did a little montage of their time And we'll see them on the next one.
Heart goes out.
Yeah, we'll see them on the next one. But that is the end of the challenge. They kind of leave it off there. We don't get to see Jordan and Anissa perform. That was the episode. So if you have any comments, leave them down below. Please like and subscribe to our channel. Turn on post notifications. And we will see you on our next video. Peace.